What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Fight With Him podcast. Today's guest is Manny Ben.
Only because our guest had to bail.
Had to bounce.
Hey, that's part of it, though, man. People got schedules. People got things to do, commitments. So you got to just roll with the punches.
Yeah,
No
talking
pun
about
intended.
rolling. I don't know if you guys saw. I posted. Ben posted. We were at Evolve. It's a Checkmat gym.
Yep.
In Ladera Rancho
Mission Viejo, Ladera Ranch, border
area.
Yeah.
Ish. It's a dope gym. Check it out. I believe it's joinevolve.com.
I think so, yeah.
So if you guys are in the area and you guys want a dope Jiu Jitsu gym to go train at,
And Muay
check
Thai.
it out. And Muay Thai. But anyways, I went to go roll. So Ben's been going there for a little while. And I'm sure you guys, that have listened, have heard his story and how he's gotten back into jiu-jitsu from training in high school and when he was younger and all that stuff. I, on the other hand, was not a jiu-jitsu practitioner. I have not trained like hardcore in like 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, we've gone to the Ruka gym. We went and I hit the bag, rolled around a little bit with Jay another time, but never like
Train,
we did
yeah.
like 5 or 6 rounds of just like live.
Yeah, I think we did five. I think, yeah, maybe 6 rounds, 6 minutes. That's 36 minutes of
Yeah.
live
It was
roll.
stupid. It was a bad decision on my part.
Nah.
But it was awesome. There's a bunch of guys. I don't like going to a gym and being like, hey guys, I used to fight. Check me out. And so I went in with no expectation and no real like, all right, I'm just not a jiu-jitsu guy. It's so different when you like size each other up in an MMA gym because like, okay, if you're looking at me weird, let's spar. Like, I'm gonna call you out, we can punch each other. In jiu-jitsu, it's for the most part, at least what I've experienced from being around the MMA world since 2008, it's like everyone's pretty cool. Like, there's no
Yeah, dude. I would say 98% of people I've met, like in gyms here.
yeah.
I've trained in like Vegas now.
Yeah.
I've trained at a bunch of like random gyms, and like 98% are super rad.
Yeah.
Like the jiu-jitsu community as a whole has been really cool.
Yeah,
Especially from someone that I didn't grow up in that, right? Like, you get your kids in the gym that grow up in it, and now they're 18-year-old just monsters, but they grew up in that. Or you grew up playing
that's all
football.
they know.
I grew up playing hockey.
Yeah.
So the hockey community when I grew up was pretty tight knit, but it was also very small. Like, jiu-jitsu's massive, and it's still growing.
But
And
it feels small.
it
which
does
is
feel
cool.
small, yeah. And so you can walk into a gym, and since I'm a Checkmat guy, I can be like, I'm a Checkmat, and they're like, oh, come in.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
come
it's
in.
cool.
But for me, and like in hearing your perspective, and that's why I loved when you came on Saturday and we trained, is this is you were never just a jiu-jitsu guy,
No.
but you've been in gyms forever, right? And so for you have this weird shift where even though it's been, what did we say, 5 years since you've trained?
5 years real training.
So
for sure.
5 years, and you were being, you were an athlete. That was your job at the time.
Yeah.
Versus now, like, you're going to a gym for fun to get crushed. So
Yeah.
it's like that shift in mentality where, what was that like for you stepping into a gym again for the first time? Especially because the owner
nerve-wracking.
knew you. So Todd knows you from...
Yeah, Todd knows me. No one else knew me. And so, it's funny. Because you could tell guys are like, who's the new guy? Like, who do you want? But then they're like, oh, he came with Ben. It's cool. And then, that being your home gym and then me being your boy, I'm like, all right, I'm like, okay, I got to do good, or should I not? Should I like let them submit me so that they don't think I'm a dirt bag or an a-hole? I'm like, I don't know. So it's kind of nervous because you don't know what to expect.
Yeah,
and
like
I
the
love
culture and
people.
mentality. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love, sounds weird. I'm like a people pleaser. Like, I love when people are like, okay, Manny's nice or he's cool. Like, I want to hang out with Manny and no one. So I didn't want to go in there thinking like, what's up, guys? What's up?
Yeah.
I think my shirt was a little too small, but other than that,
I know
like,
that extra medium, dude.
I like wearing tight shirts though when I roll because they're
Oh,
not
it's like a
all
rash
loose.
guard, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. And so yeah, I don't know. It was nerve-wracking for sure. I wouldn't say I was scared. I was really nervous. And because a lot of times, whether you like it or not, people are gonna have that impression of like you as well. They're like, oh, Ben brought this asshole and he like elbowed us and did all this, like, and I didn't want that. And so that goes into effect. And then once you get rolling, it's like
Yeah, everyone's cool. Yeah.
everything's, out the door. It's like I tell people all the time, like when you're in a cage with someone, there's a certain level of intimacy and like respect that's already
Yeah.
that you've garnered for
I
each
say
other.
anyone that's going in and doing it, there's that you already have like that connection, right? Because
Yeah,
you're doing
100%.
You're not on that sideline. You're there. Whether you're good, you're bad, you're old, you're young, you're out of shape, you're not. Like you're there. So there's already that understanding of, oh, this guy's taking time out of his life to do something that is for fun as a hobbyist.
It's hard.
And it's very difficult.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's like what I don't know if I said it on the show or if I was talking to you personally. But like I think I've had either like a drink with every guy I fought, other than maybe the first guy. But other than that, like I think every fight I always had, if we were at a venue, it's like, hey man, let me buy you a drink, or they would tell, hey man, I want to buy you a drink. Cool, of course. It's like a level of respect and appreciation. And so yeah, once you get rolling, it was cool. It was cool because there's so many different guys, sizes from experience to size to age. And so it's cool, like kind of getting back into the groove of things.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you always, at least I do, right before you spar or whatever, you're like, all right, I can probably get away with this, or I can do that, or I'm going to stay away from this. And it was so different, because like there was a gentleman that was older, which was really badass because he's a Marine, and he was just like, yeah, my son was wrestling at CIF, and so I got the itch, so I just wanted to come in. Yeah. I was like, that's really cool. He's like, I don't do this, and I was like, no way.
And he was a beast though.
Yeah, he just came in. Well, former Marine, like, yeah,
he held his own.
He was dope, and so, yeah, I was like, okay, this guy probably has old man strength. Like, I don't want to get inside of his clinch. Like, I'm not gonna be there, And it was really, really, it was a really neat experience because everyone's like appreciative. I don't know what the right word is. Yeah, and then everyone kind of bonds. You share a bond, and then you realize how bad a shape you're in. And
I say, how did you feel?
There is from training so much. I know like when I could rest and when I can get a break. Yeah. And so like I would do stupid things like bait them in and put my head down and stuff, and then get you to second guess yourself because then they're like, oh, what the hell's he doing? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm really taking a breath right now. I'm trying to catch my breath. It's just different because I've been working out for a few weeks now, like every day. I've been lifting, but it's not the same. So then like a couple of days into it, I talked to one of my buddies and he's like, you need to, if you're going to do lifting for like cardio, instead of taking like a 3-minute break, he goes, take like a 30 or 45-second break. So like, don't lift heavy. Don't put on a bunch of weight on bench and be like, all right, I'm going to do 5 reps. Like, no, who cares? Because I'm already big. I don't want to be big. Yeah. I want to lean out. And so he's like, do like 45-second breaks in between sets. It's like, oh, okay. So I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks, and I feel like that helped me because I was really out of shape to the point where like it was hard for me to get out of bed sometimes where like I had to roll over. I couldn't even sit up, and that's never happened to me before. So I was like, okay, this isn't good. And then like my chest was hurting, and I was like, all right, I don't know if this is stress. For sure, my weight and unhealthiness has something to do with it. So like I don't know, I'm on this kick to like do good and better my health and lose weight and not eat, and I feel like the energy that I have now, and I'm actually getting less sleep, which is weird, but I feel better when I wake up, which is awkward because it doesn't make any sense.
No, it does. You're taking better care of yourself, which means you're getting more restful sleep.
Like whatever, Dr. Ben.
I got you.
And then, so yeah, I'm in that kick right now. And so going there and just being around those guys, like being around you and like we partnered up when we were drilling and stuff, and everyone's kind of like has that same mindset, and it's cool to be a part of something again, where it's not just you, because for the longest time, like when I work, if I'm not watching the girls, because my wife is working, then I'm by myself. Yeah. And so you're not like, you can't pick someone's brain. Like you have to pick up the phone, call someone, hey, what do you think about this? Instead of like turning around and being like, hey, what do you think about this? And so when you're in that environment with a team and everyone has either like a fitness goal, or they're trying to get, you know, a promotion on their belt, and they just want to get better. Like everyone just wants to improve. And then the atmosphere that Todd has built there and the culture just seems very like uplifting. It's not really negative. You know, it's really cool. Everyone's kind of helping each other out. And
yeah, dude, speaking to the culture of, like, you know, I've said it before, but like Alex, who's been on the show,
yeah,
he's done such an amazing job at building the culture of his gym, right? You can genuinely tell people are excited to be there. They want to be there. And it's from his leadership, right? His character, his leadership, his ability to teach and to go into our gym. And, you know, we've had a shift recently. And so to just see our culture is really cool, right? Like you said, Todd's been doing such a great job it's just a fun, inviting atmosphere. It's not intimidating. Just this last week, so since Saturday till this week, you're the third. There's been 3 of you that I've gotten in the gym that don't go to our gym.
Yeah.
So like you came Saturday, and then you know, a couple of our friends you know, ended up signing up on Monday. And one of them trained 3 times last week. Never has done jiu-jitsu or wrestling or any type of MMA in his life.
Yeah.
And he's 30 something years old, and he signed up, and he's like hooked now. And he texted me basically saying, I forget how he worded it, but essentially he said, "Thank you for, you know, for getting my foot in the door with this and introducing me to this." He was like, "It's been so awesome already for himself."
Yeah.
And, you know, it's weird. People have a lot of different things in their life that they use to
cope.
Yeah, cope, or, you know,
like
relieve stress, or
yeah.
something to just be, you know, something to belong to. And for me, I was telling Devin, my wife, the other day, more recently, is I've had a sudden like spark again, because of some external factors that have like motivated me to get my butt in the gym and train so I can get, you know, just as best as I can be. Again, there's some external motivations for that, but, you know, like, I didn't want to go 3 of the days I went this week, but I like forced myself, even though, because my wife is also understanding that I'm on a mission right now.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do it without her, you know, like the support she shows and gives me, you know, like having our kids all day long and then having me at work all day long.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's supporting me in the mission that I have right now, because she understands, like, I have a goal and I want to be very clear. And, you know, those external factors helping that, I wouldn't be able to do that without her, right? So I've just had this like sudden resurgence again, and it's been really cool because people in the gym have like noticed. They're like, "Dude, the heck has happened to you the last couple of weeks?" And I got that itch right now, and whatever the motivation is that does it, something like a jiu-jitsu is so beneficial in so many ways. And this is what excites me. And, you know, getting a couple of my buddies to sign up this week, I've been telling one of them, I was like, dude, it's honestly, and I tell Devin this all the time, but like jiu-jitsu for me has been a literal like game changer in my life. Because
in what way?
For me, it's not just a sport, right? It's something that's difficult, but jiu-jitsu for me in this stage of life that I am in has been something that I can't even fully put into words, like what it's done for me, but I could say it's been something that has given me an outlet, you know, like when you're dealing with like a lot of external factors that you can't control, whether it's business or family and life, you know, and then you add all those in, and we live in one of the most expensive places on the planet to live in. You add all that stuff in, and if you don't have an outlet for it, like, people are going to bottle that up, right?
Go crazy.
Versus what jiu-jitsu's been for me in my life right now in this stage. It's even changed in the last year than what it was when I first started doing it, right? Yeah. So lately it's been that outlet for me, and it's giving me the ability to be more level-headed outside of jiu-jitsu. It's giving me the ability to prioritize things. It's given me the ability to withstand the daily BS that you deal with, because for that hour and a half, 2 hours that I'm training a night, it's the only hour and a half to 2 hours that I have in a 24-hour day that I'm just getting to release.
Yeah.
Right? Not including when you're sleeping, because you're sleeping. Like, it's the only waking time I have that I'm just releasing. And I'm not thinking about work. I'm not thinking about my mortgage bill. I'm not thinking about this. The only things I'm honestly thinking about is that I'm sacrificing time away from my family.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm doing it for a reason, in hopes of making like a better version of myself.
But you're showing that too. It's an example, you know. I think a lot of times we beat ourselves up and we're like, oh, we're not here for, you know, like for me at least, like my wife tells me all the time, she's like, you're pointing to all these other kids for hours and hours and hours, and you have kids at home. And I justify it because I'm like, oh, my son's on the team.
Yeah.
and it's the same thing, you know. You set an example, and it's cool. Like I went to a buddy's, his dad passed away, unfortunately, and it was really, really cool to see what people had to say about him.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I didn't even know him that well, but just because I respect the guy, you know, he's on our coaching staff, and his dad passed away, and I went, and I didn't really know his dad too well, but it was cool for people that worked with him. You know, he was a plumber and did big time like commercial jobs, and all these people were like, he always like shared his faith. He always asked how your family was,
Mm-hmm.
and like always made you feel important. Literally every person that went up there talked about him said those words about him. And I'm like, oh my good, like I hope I'm making, in whatever I'm involved in, I hope I'm making that impact where people know I'm a believer. People know I love my family, and I want to make you feel important. And I want to, how's your family? And it's hard sometimes because of whatever we're going through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so easy to be selfish and be like, you know what? Like, I'm going through all this crap. I'm late on rent or mortgage. My car note's late. My bills are late. But why? Like, we're alive. We're breathing. We have a roof over our head. Like, it's perspective. And when you have an outlet, like you were saying, you don't bottle that in.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why I think it's important, like, for whatever people are going through, whatever you need to do to find that outlet. I would have never fully understood it up until I think recently, because I was a bottler, right? Like I would bottle things up, or I would just hold on to it and be like, oh, dude, just suck it up. Like, you're fine. Like, just keep going.
Yeah. I still do that sometimes.
But having this outlet has been so beneficial to me in so many ways. And it's making me a better father. It's making me a better husband. It's making me a better leader, a better business owner, a better friend. Like, so whatever you guys are going through, I highly encourage you to find something. It doesn't need to be
jiu-jitsu.
jiu-jitsu,
Go do something.
but, you know, for me, the jiu-jitsu component has been big, because it's not just something like, you know, I was boxing a lot.
Yeah.
And that's different, right? You're getting punched in your face. Like, it was still awesome.
You were actually, you're doing good. And you're doing it consistently.
And I love box. I still love it.
Yeah.
But it's just different, right? Jiu-jitsu's a little different. Like, it's mentally tiring. It's physically tiring. It can be emotionally tiring. All those different things. But it's that release for me. Like, I would still go box right now, and it would still be a release, just differently.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that to say, whatever you're going through, find an outlet for it.
Yeah.
Manny, it was dope to have you in the gym. Hopefully you keep coming back.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to our boy Todd.
Yeah, and then, you know, if you are in the local area and you're it's something that you've thought about, and you're in Southern California, hit us up. We'll tag the gym. In the episode comments. But if it's something you're thinking about and you've kind of been intimidated, or you don't want to do it, or you don't know anyone that's doing it, like, reach out to one of us, and, you know, we can introduce you to people. Whether you're in our area or not, you know, it's sometimes going into a jiu-jitsu gym or a boxing gym or an MMA gym can be very intimidating, but it doesn't need to be that way all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're around, reach out to us and come let us smash you.
Yeah. That's funny.
But this is another example, guys, of sticking to a commitment, doing it. Obviously, outside circumstances that I was talking about, we can't control.
Yeah.
But
yeah. And we were talking beforehand, and we didn't even really want to record one. And so
no, because when you have like an idea in your head, you have a guest, you have, you know, the questions in your head that you were going to ask particular guests based off of their backgrounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it throws a wrench into everything. And obviously we're a very guest-driven podcast. But at the end of the day, too, is, you know, we want to continue to build what we're doing together.
Yeah.
And that involves consistency. And Manny held me accountable to that, because if it was up to me, we wouldn't have done it today.
Yeah. And if you guys want, you know, I would love to hear for our 3 listeners, and I need to stop saying that. We have way more than 3 listeners. But I want to start hearing your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about when Ben and I do it? Is it something that you guys enjoy? Do we need to start like a side thing where we do it on our own? Like, let us know for real. If you guys are like, no, you guys are ugly and fat, please off camera. Like, we'll live with that. It's okay. But if you guys like it, let us know. We'd love to hear your feedback, and we'll keep things going. And another great episode.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Thank
We'll
you.
talk about more off air.
All
All right.
right. Later.
Oh, remember that everything was possible till someone did it.